All right. So as promised, because I know you were just dying to see this, I'm going to do number 8 for you. And that way you can do 9 and 10. And you do need to show your work and your triangles and everything that you drew, because the answers are going to be on the answer key, both on Schoology and on the front whiteboard. So all of these involve kind of two things happening at once. So drawing the picture can be kind of tricky, but that's why you're working in groups, and that's why you're smart. So an airplane is flying at an elevation of 6,500. When you have an airplane, elevation is measured straight from, like, vertically from where that airplane is located. So if this is my airplane, that elevation is the height off of the ground. And it says you're directly above a straight highway. So this thing is my highway. The pilot spots 2 cars on the highway in front of him. So I'm going to have car number 1 right here, and I'm just going to put car number 2 out here. And it says 1 is at an angle of depression, and some of us are still struggling with that, of 23, and the angle of depression for the other is 18. So in both cases, angle of depression is always measured off of this horizon. So it's saying how far do you have to look down? So to get to this first car, you have to look down 23 degrees. But that is not inside of the right triangle that I need to use to solve. So that's why I keep talking about the Z. These corners of the Z have the same angle measure. So that's telling me the angle up here, but I'm translating it into one that I need inside of my triangle. That triangle is representing the distance to car number 1. And so my car number 1 is going to be 6,500 here, right angle here, 23 here, unknown distance from here to there. Okay, but we can solve that. We can figure out how far away car number 1 is by doing what we've always done. Here's my 23, so that makes this the opposite. This is adjacent. So I'm going to be using, with opposite and adjacent, I'm going to be using tangent, regular old tangent, because I'm finding a side, not an angle. So the tangent of my angle equals the opposite side over the adjacent, and then I can cross multiply. So I end up with x times the tangent of 23 equals 6,500 times 1. So x is going to be 6,500 divided by the tangent of 23, and that turns out to be, I'm cheating and looking back at what I got, 15,313 feet. So that's how far away this is. So if the airplane is right above this point and the car is over here, it's 15,313 feet in front of the airplane. Alrighty, then we're looking at this other one. Now the other one's 18 degrees, which makes sense because now I'm looking over here. So if you're looking at something farther away, you don't have to look down as far. But again, I need that Z because I need to be inside of my triangle. Well, that was bad. So this 18 degree is going to be down here. So if this work was all showing car number 1, I'd have a triangle representing car number 2 that was, again, 6,500 over here because that's a shared height of that airplane. And then across the bottom, I'm going to be looking at this whole thing because I'm using this outside triangle. This is the one that I'm using for car number 2. I'm totally ignoring car number 1. So car number 2 is located right here. I don't know how far it is. I'll call it Y. And then from my Z, I learned that this corner is 18. So I'm going to set it up the same way as I did before, because this is still opposite, this is still adjacent. So I'm going to set it up just like the other one as the tangent of 18 this time equals 6,500 over Y. And when you go through the same exact steps as I did over here, I end up with a Y value of 20,004.9. So basically 20,005, or pretty darn close. So the question asks, how far apart are they? So at this point, I know from here to here, And I know the whole entire thing from here to the location of the second car. But they're only asking me for this part right here. That's what the question is saying. How far apart are the two cars? Well, since one of them is 20,004.9 and the other is only 15,313 away, I simply subtract those two and I end up getting 4,691.9 feet. So 9 and 10 aren't going to be identical, but they're going to be similar and that you're going to get more than one triangle. Mine happened to overlap, so I just drew them separately to find car number 1 and then car number 2. If yours overlap, that's fine. Draw them separate and figure out what you need to do in each case. So give that a try. Really work hard, talk about it, think about it, work together, and try to get to that answer that you see posted, because that's the idea of posting them, is that you know if you have gone about it correctly. And I will warn you, when I go to check these, I'll be looking at one or both of these for sure for the proper work and setup and triangle drawing. So do your best and then staple it together with the other word problem sheet, turn it in, have a fantastic break and a really super awesome, relaxing time. Get away from your phone. Go see some real friends in real life, and I will see you in 2022. Congratulations, grads. We're in your year. Bye, guys. See you soon.